The Akwa Ibom State Government's request for the establishment of a naval college in the state has been approved by the Naval Headquarters. The Minister of Defense, Mansour Mohammed Danali, announced this at the Goswill Akpabio International Stadium while declaring open the 11th Nigerian Navy Games. Uyoko Uswa reports that the Navy Games, which brought together all the service chiefs in the country, will take place in 7 venues across the state and will last till the 4th of March.
On a combination of individual strength, which creates a network of productivity mentally and physically. He expressed gratitude to Governor Udom Emmanuel for accepting to host the 11th edition of the Navy Games, saying it signifies the government's willingness to draw the Navy closer to the state.
And your request for the Naval College has been approved by the Navy Council. I want to especially commend the Executive Governor of Akwa Ibom State for providing the avenue and the right atmosphere for these games.
The Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Iborete Ibaz, said the Games is an extension of the physical fitness regime instituted in the Navy as it improves mental well-being for operational effectiveness. Vice Admiral Ibaz said the Games has proven a veritable platform for the launch of many flourishing sports careers. He enjoined the competitors to seize the opportunity not only to become successful athletes and warned to avoid stimulants and performance-enhancing drugs.
The objective of the Games is therefore hinged on improving the mental and physical well-being of the personnel for greater operational effectiveness.
Governor Udom Emmanuel welcomed the service chiefs and naval delegation to the state and congratulated the Nigerian Navy for a successful organization of the sports fiesta. He said the imperative for the Games is undeniable as operational efficiency and combat readiness are predicated on mental and physical fitness. The governor commended the strides of the Navy in combating crime in the waterways and urged the contingents to ensure fair play and sportsmanship to put up indelible performances reminiscent of past Nigerian Navy Games.
The imperative of this game is undeniable. Let me say it is well appreciated that these days operational efficiency and combat readiness are predicated on mental and physical fitness in the armed forces. You need to be fit. Thus, the holding of this game to achieve this objective, among others, is heartwarming and most commendable.
The Nigerian Navy Games is a biennial event which dates back to 1974. The contingents are drawn from the 5 commands of the Nigerian Navy and the Naval Headquarters. The commands include the Western Naval Command, Eastern Naval Command, Naval Training Command, Central Naval Command, and the Naval Logistics Command. Since the 10th edition of the Navy Games, which was held in Kaduna in 2011, the tournament has not been held for more than 5 years. A total of 17 games are to be played in the 11th edition of the Nigerian Navy Games in 7 venues across the state. The tournament will be rounded off March 4th, 2017. Uyoko Uswa reporting.
The Akwa Ibom State Government is planning to erect a sports hall that would be a one-stop facility for all sporting events. Governor Udom Emmanuel announced this at a gala held at the State Banquet Hall in honor of the Minister of Defense, the Chief of Defense Staff and Service Chiefs who were in the state for a Navy Games. Government House Bureau Chief once again reports.
Governor Udom Emmanuel, who re-emphasized his plans to ensure that sporting potentials in Akwa Ibom people are developed for national and international engagement, said the plan for multi-purpose sports hall has already been drawn by Julius Berger. The governor said that the sports hall will be ready in 2 years' time, adding that it will add value to government's efforts, which has made possible the ongoing 10 sports centers, 2 of which, including that at Itam, are already in use. He commended the role of armed forces in conquering insurgents in the country and pledged his administration's commitment to partnering the armed forces to maintain peace.
The doggedness of your officers and ratings, the collaboration and synergy with other services and agencies had ensured tranquility and peace in this great state named after God Almighty. Beyond your sacrifices in our state, your exploits in other parts of our land have continued to earn you positive review.
Responding, the Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Iboete Ibas, noted the warm welcome accorded the officers and the athletes. Vice Admiral Ibas observed that Akwa Ibom has become a leading state in the country in terms of development. He assured the governor and the people in the state that the Navy and the armed forces are in tune with the Dakada philosophy and will work to provide conducive environment for the states.
We are profoundly thankful and duly acknowledge the immense goodwill of the government and good people of Akwa Ibom State. It is in the context of these gestures that the Nigerian Navy is proposing a military school for location in the state at facilities that the state government graciously released to her late last year.
Proprietors of private schools in Akwa Ibom have been charged to include the teaching of vernacular in their school's curriculum. Governor Udom Emmanuel gave a charge at the 6th Inter-House Sports Festival of the Taud Ivory Schools at Yanabak. Etienne Ibanga reports.
Said that the teaching of the vernacular be reintroduced in all government-approved schools in Akwa Ibom from next academic session. He noted that the use of vernacular was fast becoming extinct, while foreign languages were promoted to sustain an elitist culture, adding that other Nigerian languages such as Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbo were included in school syllabus and promoted in place of the vernacular. Governor Udom Emmanuel therefore directed the Ministry of Education to ensure the inclusion of the vernacular to help the young generation of Akwa Ibom appreciate their mother tongue and cultivate same. He observed that sadly, emphasis had been placed on teaching communication skills in English and other foreign languages to the detriment of the mother tongue in Akwa Ibom State. He said this explains why most Akwa Ibom people are not fluent in their mother tongue and called on parents and guardians to encourage their wards to communicate in vernacular.
But let me put this across. Please let all our private schools take pleasure in including our vernacular in the school curriculum. We are going to make this compulsory from September. That every school, once you're licensed to operate in Akwa Ibom as government licensed school, you must teach the vernacular there in those schools. But let me also challenge the mothers. I also challenge my wife too. That if my children cannot speak vernacular very well, it's from the mothers, because it's called mother tongue. It's called mother tongue, not father tongue.
High point of the ceremony was inauguration of Municipal Stadium by Governor Udom Emmanuel. Etienne Ibanga reporting.
You're watching AN News. We have more news after the break. Stay with us. The Akwa Ibom State Government and its Cross River State counterpart have agreed to work towards the restoration of peace in the feuding communities on their common border. The peace accord was reached at the stakeholders meeting held in Cross River State. Patience John was there.
Addressing stakeholders from the two states, which included traditional rulers, security agencies, and government functionaries, the state deputy governor, Mr. Moses Ekpo, regretted the incessant fightings involving the people of Ikorofyong, Okuiboku, Mbiabo, and other border communities. He recalled the common heritage between Akwa Ibom people and its Cross River counterpart have, stressing the need for the people of the two states to live in peace. Mr. Ekpo explained that the meeting was to explore ways to stop further killings, maiming, and destruction of lives and property, while seeking for a lasting solution to the boundary issue.
I think that in Nigeria grew further by the fact that our two states, which were one state for a long time, one government for a long time, from eastern Nigeria to Southeastern State, to Cross River State, if we find an opportunity for expansion, which is what has been called the creation of states, for our people, for our sake, I don't see that we should not be able to use that opportunity to develop ourselves and to bring succor to our own people.
The Deputy Governor of Cross River State, Professor Evara Isu, attributed the fightings to the ambition of some individuals and called for a ceasefire. He frowned at the spate of destruction in the affected areas and called on traditional rulers to do their bit to ensure peace returns to their communities.
I want to assure you that, in fact, even the National Boundary Commission itself is troubled. They have summoned us for a meeting in Abuja on Monday, again to see whether there is anything further they can do to further consolidate the existing boundaries to ensure that the boundaries are where they are. So those who are fighting, and we only God knows from where they are getting their support and arms, they should tell us the truth. And should tell us really what they are fighting for.
Meanwhile, a communique could not be issued at the end of the meeting to allow both parties reconcile themselves on relevant documents. The meeting had been adjourned to a later date. Patience John, reporting.
Showcasing excellence in sports was the focus of the 6th Inter-House Sports Festival of the Tower of Ivory Schools in Edienabak. The fiesta attracted dignitaries from all spheres of life, including Governor Udom Emmanuel. Etienne Ibanga reports that 4 houses competed for honors at the fiesta, which took place at the school's mini-stadium.
The competing houses were white, yellow, red and blue. It featured march past, field and track events, calisthenics, parades and cultural dances. Governor Udom Emmanuel, while noting the talents exhibited by the pupils and students, expressed the hope that with the kind of sports facilities the students have been exposed to, some of them will win laurels at national and international competitions. He noted that sports contribute significantly to the development of any economy and announced the donation of 10 sets of computers to the school, 31 scholarships, 20 bags of rice, and a cow to each of the competing houses.
I've seen real potentials in our children, great potentials. The performance here could go for any kind of opening ceremonies in Olympics, anytime, any day, anywhere in the world. The performance I'm seeing here today. So I really want to kudos to the teachers and to the Parent-Teachers Association, because these children are well brought up by the teachers and also by the parents.
The Chairman, Board of Governors, Tower of Ivory Schools, Mr. Udom Ekpo, said that the school has excelled both in academics and extracurricular activities, and the students performing creditably in WASE, NECO, and Cambridge examination. The retired Deputy Inspector General of Police pointed out that no society can develop beyond the capacity of an educational institution, which informed Tower of Ivory Schools to be equipped with modern educational facilities to help shape young Nigerians to meet the present realities. Retired General Godwin Umar, who chaired the occasion, lauded the provision of sports facilities for the training of future leaders of the country and congratulated the students for displaying spirit of sportsmanship. At the end of the fiesta, White House clinched the first position, Red House came second, while Blue House took third. Participating houses were presented with certificates and trophies. Etienne Ibanga reporting.
And this is where we draw the curtain this morning in our news, but just before we go to the top stories, the federal government is to establish a naval war college in the state. This was made public by the Minister of Defense, retired Brigadier General Mansour Dan Ali, at the opening ceremony of the Nigerian Navy Games held at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium in Uyo. Also, proprietors of private schools in Akwa Ibom have been charged to include the teaching of vernacular in their school's curriculum. Governor Dom Emmanuel gave the charge at the 6th Inter-House Sports Festival of the Tower of Ivory Schools at Yenaba. That's our package. Remember, you can also watch AKBC TV News online by logging on to akbconline.org or follow us on Twitter at AKBC45 Uyo or on Facebook at AKBC Channel 45. Thanks for watching. Have a great Tuesday. Good morning.